Hey, future teachers. So I lost my voice this morning, so I thought that I would record myself and I would be in like a booktuber type video. You know what I mean? Just in case I don't have my voice on Thursday, I can still present. So, hey, future teachers, Jessica here, back for another video. Thanks for tuning in. I'd just like to share with you today some of my most significant impacts in my life, whether it's like literature or songs or whatever. So let's jump in. The first artifact that I'd like to share is 10 Apples Up on Top by Dr. Seuss. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's basically about this tiger that puts a bunch of apples on top of his head and he's like, I got apples on my head. This is the first book that I ever read on my own without anybody helping me. And so that's why I remember it, because I didn't actually go to preschool as a kid, so I was always really behind all the other kids and I couldn't even spell my name and my teachers were like, this girl is kind of dumb. And so, it gave me a lot of confidence and it kind of set off a chain reaction of like reading, where I went through like a phase in elementary school where I just could not stop reading books because I like had to prove to people that I could read because they kind of thought I was dumb. Also, my family was kind of like going through some things because my brother was diagnosed with autism and my parents, they both lost their jobs, and my mom was going through like some health stuff with like surgeries and stuff. So it was like something that I could do on my own. And I was really excited about that because I didn't need to wait until my brother was done with therapy or like wait till my mom woke up to read. I could just do it on my own. Something that comes to mind as I like reflect on this is that students thrive off recognition. And I think that we like need to focus on that sometimes because things that they do are a big deal and they should know how awesome they are every single day. Haha, sad story over. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Moving on. So when I was 10 years old, I was in the Wizard of Oz traveling Broadway tour because it came to the Appleton Performing Arts Center near my hometown, and they were asking for kids to play Munchkins. So my voice teacher was super excited. She was like, you need to try out, like, it'll be super exciting. I was really, really bad at singing at that time, and so I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, and neither did my parents until they were like, haha, you're in, and we were all shooketh. Fun fact, I actually hated the Wizard of Oz up until this point because I was scared of the tornado and the witch and the flying monkeys. Also, I feel like this is a Kuiper moment to like shout out Kansas or something. For 6 months, I practiced with a group of about 10 kids and we performed like 10 shows in one weekend. And I don't really remember it all, but I remember like seeing all the faces in the audience, getting really excited, like knowing that people were watching me do something so cool. And I remember sitting in the same exact audience a year before watching Little House on the Prairie, the traveling Broadway tour, and I was like, that's so cool. I want to do that someday. And then a year later, there I was doing it. So that was when I realized that you can actually do whatever you want and like dreams do come true. So I just get this warm fuzzy feeling inside whenever I hear Somewhere Over the Rainbow because it just reminds me, like, not only that I peaked when I was 10 years old, but also, like, follow your dreams. Since then, I have given up on my dream to be on Broadway because, I don't know, I guess my true dream in life was to have crippling debt and spend all my time with children. The next artifact I want to talk to you about is Star Wars. That was Chewbacca. May he rest in peace. I've watched Star Wars since I was able to sit myself up and watch it. It sparks a lot of creativity for me. My brother and I got really into aircrafts and space and royals. Duh, Princess Leia. We would buy Lego sets together and create the Millennium Falcon and make these new universes with different Star Wars characters that we were so proud of because nobody had ever thought of them before. That's why I wish I was more into fantasy, because fantasy opens up this whole new world. Like, who hasn't been sitting in class thinking, man, I wish I was at Hogwarts right now? I think that Star Wars set off this whole chain of reaction in my life with my brother and I, and it got us to where we are now with creativity. Moving on along. Next is Winnie the Pooh, because it's really important to me, because it's really important to my grandma. This is my grandma. I love her a lot. That's me. I still remember my grandma reading me Winnie the Pooh, and I watched Winnie the Pooh probably until I was too old to watch Winnie the Pooh, but you know how kids do that thing where they're like, Dora is stupid, but they actually watch Dora? Yeah. It's always been a sentimental idea to me because my grandma lived in the woods and we'd go out and pretend that we were Winnie the Pooh and we'd have adventures and fight heffalumps. It's more so recently impactful to me because I recently watched the Christopher Robin movie, and if you haven't seen it, it's really good. But it's Christopher Robin all grown up, and I was watching it and my English brain was like, the symbolism! How all his new friends are his friends from 100 Acre Woods, and he's fighting new heffalumps in his life, and I'm fighting new heffalumps in my life, and I was like, the symbolism! And my friends were like, you need to pull yourself together. Recently, that's helped me realize that I am grown up now, but I'm still fighting the same heffalump in my life, and I still have battles to fight, but it's all gonna be okay. The last artifact that I want to talk about is a song called Roads by Chris Mann, and he is the You Raise Me Up guy, if you don't know who he is. Backstory, I was in show choir in high school, so I will wait for you guys to finish calling me a nerd. Thank you. My sophomore year, the seniors sang this song to the underclassmen, and it was super beautiful and moving, and we all ran on stage and hugged them and cried because they were graduating. I'm playing it right now. So basically it's about how you face many different roads in your life, and you just have to keep going and give it your all, and it's all going to be okay in the end. It's kind of shocked me that that was God's plan for her, and that it was such a short-lived life, and how she fulfilled her purpose in that amount of time. And I kept going back to that song, just kind of confused, and I came to the conclusion that I need to focus on God and my relationship with everything, and He will use me in ways that I don't even know, and He'll bring us home, and everything will be okay in the end, just like He did for Cassie. And I get really sad when I listen to this song, but I also feel really content and calm knowing that she found her way home, and so will the rest of us. Thanks for watching and staying with me through my life and journey through literature, and you can check back in next week to see if I survive finals. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and have a great week, future teachers. I still think about when my grandma would read me Winnie the Pooh and how I watched the Winnie the Pooh TV shows, probably until I was too old for Winnie the Pooh. Excuse me, I'm filming!